Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. Yeah, that's just a fake cat.
There are multiple ones right in front of the camera. That's the only issue.
I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
Oh, that's me.
Peter.
Hi.
And Tom.
This seems out of place. Is that a good spot? No.
Thomas, the bringer of chaos.
Is that a good... Hey, guys.
All right, so we'll get this started off with Halo, although I'm disappointed in Peter because he didn't watch the latest episode. Shit.
I was pretty vocal in the last episode that I didn't care for it.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Tom, you're caught up?
Yeah, I watched it.
We can make fun of Peter this week then instead of
Yeah,
Tom.
let's make fun of Peter.
Fair enough, go for it. I'll just zone out for the next 10 minutes or so.
Zone out. No, you have to fucking be spoiled, just like everybody else you like to spoil things for.
Well, I don't give a shit.
I'm pretty sure you have to be the background chaos now, Peter.
Don't you knock that down.
Speaking of background chaos, Thomas, since you're fully caught up, how are you liking the direction of the show? What did you think about this last episode?
Actually, pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised.
I think it did finally turn a real corner on this one now.
Yeah.
I kind of like the direction it's going on. It's definitely veering very far away from established lore, but I think it can end up standing nicely alone as its own thing.
Yes. I mean, watching it was pretty... It kind of wrapped everything up into, a nice little ball to say, hey, this is where we were bringing you. Now you're here.
And now we're going to really start.
Yeah, let's see where it goes.
Do you think... Okay, so we'll go on a random aside now. So it's not that random. It's related. So remember how I was like, hey, guys, I wants to play the Halo games. And Peter was like, you're bad. You're not going to like it.
I don't think those were my exact words.
That was the sentiment.
It wasn't like you're bad. It's just I don't think that coming from the show that's not really Halo-esque, that you're getting a proper view of what Halo's going to be like.
I mean, we did play...
Also, you sucked at Destiny, and it's the same people, so yeah, I had reason to believe you wouldn't be very good at it.
I did pretty good, and we got, 3/4 of the way through Halo 1?
We got to, we got through... Where were we at?
You said there were only 3 more missions left.
We got through... I know we finished the library. Did we do 2 betrayals? Yeah, we did 2 betrayals. We finished... That was the last one we had done. So we were about to have to go rescue Commander Keyes from the flood, but not actually. Spoilers for her because she still never played it before, but she hasn't gotten quite that far. But
that's a scene you don't want to spoil if people can go into blind.
Oh, she has no idea what's still happening. She has no idea what any of the words I just said to you meant.
I mean,
I don't think.
I knew shit was gonna go sideways when they first went in there, and Keyes was like, "No, we have to stay right here and do the things." And the one guy was like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here, peace, bro."
Yeah, shoot, what is that? I can't remember what the next level there is, because it's that, and then it's Pillar of Autumn, and then it's
isn't it just the escape after the Pillar of Autumn?
Well, no, because it's you do the one where you go to rescue Keyes. Well, the second time technically.
Yeah.
Because you already do it once, and then you go back to the same ship and do it again.
Yes.
And then you ride a Banshee to the Pillar of Autumn, and then you drive the Warthog so there's one more episode, the last episode is you driving the Warthog to get out of the thing.
Yeah, it's the escape.
Is that just called the escape?
I don't know what it's called, but that's what it is.
I know. Oh, I was just saying I couldn't remember the name of the level.
Oh, got it. My bad.
But so now that
Have fun editing that one out of there.
It's been like this for me all day. What I was gonna ask was, do you think that they're going to bring the flood into the show?
Yes.
Yes.
If they're going to the Halo ring, they have to bring the flood.
Yes.
Yeah, we're about to get to that part where in the game where you figure out it's a research station to research the flood and also destroy every piece of sentient life in the universe if the flood breaks containment.
fantastic.
Oh
Can't
no,
wait.
it's two betrayals, then it's keys, and it's the maw. I thought it was the maw, but I thought there was two levels. Apparently, the maw is just a really really long one. I thought the driving part was separate, but it's not.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, people divide it because it's such a different type of gameplay, but yeah, it is technically.
It is technically still the same level. Yes.
Here is my one complaint with this game.
So you're bad at it.
This game that is, let me see if I can look this up. 30 years old almost now. Sorry, 20 years old, 21 years old.
No,
It can drink.
I have a feeling that this is going to be my main complaint through this series, just based on watching you play a little bit of Infinite. But do they not know how to design a level?
What do you mean?
It's just go through this circle thing, and now you're gonna be in the same dungeon, but we're gonna call it something different, but it's still the same presence. You're just
That's mostly the first one because they were still dealing with the limitations of 2001 Xboxes.
You're also on a ring, so
You're also on a ring that
affects
has.
the originally-
But
Yeah.
like as we're like, and I got like he would get ahead of me, and then I would get lost because I'm like everything here looks exactly the same, and I don't know where you are, and he would have to come
Was
back
that-
and get me.
updated graphics or original graphics.
Updated. I think it's actually easier to tell on the original graphics, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I
He
have
did
to.
tell you that there was going to be some confusion with the updated ones. You're like, no, I want the updated ones.
No, I'm just generally lost.
I do have to click back sometimes and see what the old stuff, so I can go. Okay, I remember this now. All right, yeah, we need to take a right here, then two lefts, and then we're up the stairs and we're good to go. But I can't tell that looking at it when it looks quote unquote pretty.
Yeah.
Which it's still not. It doesn't look as good as like Infinite does, obviously. But the anniversary editions they did a good job with. But so she had some fun. I made her drive a Warthog.
The driving. Oh, that's my other complaint. The driving mechanics in that game suck.
Again, that's
Oh no,
mostly
the driving mechanics in a shooting game suck.
that's mostly CE. The other ones
Yeah.
get better. Once
I mean,
they introduce
sort of.
once
There's just
they
a lot less like vehicle drift.
once they introduce the braking system that you can actually put the brakes on, that helps a lot.
Fair enough.
Instead of the car just kind of doing it itself, and you're like, all right, power drift this shit. I will say I was
About that.
I was impressed on which level is that? That's Silent Cartographer. Yep, of course. Sorry, Silent Cartographer, which is still one of the best games in any video game or levels in any video game.
Which one was that again?
It's the one on the beach where you're driving the Warthog around the outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
It
got
was the one
her.
that they showed in all of the trailers for the game.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I still like actually the actual first level where you're on the Halo. Which ended up being the whole basically influence for Infinite.
Yeah.
But no, Truth and the Silent Cartographer is still one of the best just designed video game levels of all time because you can play it multiple ways, you can break it multiple ways, and it's fun to do that as well. And so I did one of the things where you are taking a Warthog somewhere it's definitely not supposed to go. Then they tried to design it so you couldn't do it, but if you hit the wall just right, you drive it sideways along the wall, and you bounce it on the other side, you're good to go. And then you go kill the two hunters at the top with a machine gun, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah. I was about to ask specifically about those two hunters. Like, how did she do against them?
The hunters were interesting, we'll say, because that one there's like 4 different sets of hunters that you fight in that one level, which is it gets a little ridiculous. But so we went, and since there were 2 of us playing multiplayer, I'm like, all right, so we're actually gonna go backwards. We're gonna go get the other Warthog, so then we can both have a Warthog and drive around and have the Marines fuck stuff up, so it'll be fun.
he means die.
I didn't run over a single Marine this time, and normally I get them all.
Honestly, it's really easy to just slaughter Marines.
It's so they do it themselves most of the time, honestly. No, we went into the actual control room there. Hadn't lost a single Marine. Not one had died. It was pretty good. We were playing on normal. We were not playing.
Yeah.
We were
I
not
was
playing
about
on
to ask.
legendary.
I kind of figured.
We were not
The-
playing on legendary.
The only time I super panicked was after you like let the flood out and all those things started like crawling out. There was just pure panic. And then when we were in
She did empty a full clip in that room, like they're coming when they burst through the first door, and it's just a flood of the flood spores. Just a full clip of assault rifle, just reload. again. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay, you got him.
We're gonna
Also,
we're
they
definitely
can't
gonna-
even kill you.
We're definitely gonna
No,
have to get
yeah.
that on Twitch sometime. But yeah, and so then
Lost your
we
first reaction to it now, so it'll be less fun.
I'm sure there'll be other things that I will have the same reaction to. But so when we get into that part where you've got to follow the little blue guy up to the whatever.
343 Guilty Spark to the library.
Yeah.
The index.
He's like, this is gonna suck and it's gonna be really hard. And he's like, the best advice I can give you is just keep running. So I just bye.
That's what I told her. I'm like, just don't stop. Just keep running. I mean, you can sit here and you can kill all of them, and it takes forever, and it's utterly ridiculous.
But then he was like, wait, where did you go? And I said, you told me to keep running. I haven't stopped.
But we weren't killing enough enemies to actually get a checkpoint. So I'm like, this is going to go really poorly if we both die. So I'm going to play real conservative here real quick. Okay, this is fun. Though we beat the library pretty quickly, honestly. She was just hauling ass and didn't stop. And I'm like, this might be the fastest I've ever beat this level, honestly. Because normally I like to fuck around and do everything in every level. I'm not a speedrunner when it comes to that. I'm like, yeah, let's kill every single enemy in this level. And you're like, no, this is the library. They don't stop coming. Ever.
Yeah, just go.
So just
There's
run.
no point. Yeah.
And then I would, at those parts where you get stuck like against the door and you have to wait for him to like open it, I just like wedged myself in a corner and like so that I could see when the door opened and I'd be like, door, bye.
And made me get shot the whole time. It was lots of fun.
You said
Yeah.
keep moving.
I did.
You know, this reminds me of playing it with my little sister. That when we got to that level, where I didn't tell her to run. I was like, it's just going to be an awful experience for a minute, but we just kind of have to power through it. And then she took the shotgun at the beginning of the level and then booked it the entire time. She's like, well, you've abandoned me to die, so.
I knew he'd be fine.
I'm like, yeah, just because I played it about 200 times. But
Yeah. Oh, we still finished the level, but it's like, well, you just made what was already like not great way worse.
you
by doing
already made
things
what is
done.
what is most Halo players' least favorite level.
Yeah.
I would say I don't know anybody off the top of my head in my friend group that likes that level. Everybody,
It's not great. It's
it's-
easily the worst level.
it's it's honestly it's still a good level, but it's overly hard. It is a little repetitive.
Yeah.
And it just drags on, and you're like, all right, why am I waiting for this fucking door a fucking again? At least it's not like a full escort mission where you have to like slow down for him. He'll just pop out of a wall and go, okay, I made it to the door. And you're like, yeah, I've been waiting here for 5 minutes, asshole. Can we open this thing now? I knew where I was going. Why didn't you? You've been here for 1,000 years, okay?
Right?
Yeah.
You get fucking lost.
Asswipe.
But jumping back to the show, so
Yeah, there we go.
um,
Confusion anyone?
is all related.
Full circle.
Full circle, bro.
Like a Halo?
That was more of like a
Halo.
triangle. What you just did.
I did like that they finally actually said we're this artifact that we're calling the Halo. I'm like, huh, they said it. Huh, there it is.
No, they didn't even say the artifact was the Halo. They said that the gene that they had was being referenced as Halo.
Is that what it was? I thought it was they were
Yeah.
talking about the artifact they were finally referring it to.
Because they
as
didn't know
Halo.
they were going to a Halo. They just knew that the word that what's her face was saying was reference to Halo.
I will say, when they actually like he did his whole like finally got the artifact to work, the keystone to work, and he's like they transport into the ring. I'm like, okay, well, there's the money shot. Y'all nailed that part. Okay. Visually, yes, that's exactly what I was hoping it would look like. Thank you. I'm all right. Can we actually get there now, please?
Yeah.
The name of the show is Halo. And it's episode 6, and we just saw the Halo for the first time.
So here's my question: do you think that Blondie is gonna betray the Covenant?
Why? I don't have enough context to answer. But why would she?
Okay, so remember at the end of the last episode when they like launched her from the ship so she could infiltrate.
Yeah.
So now they're back on Reach, and they like have her in a room, and they're like, she's like, I'll only talk to Master Chief. You bring me Master Chief. And me and him are like, no, that's bad. Don't do that. And so
She does have lasers in her fingers.
that's true. But they don't know that.
Exactly. That's why it's a bad plan.
So so then they're all like talking or whatever, and he's starting to come like get more of an idea of what happened to him, and like and she's trying to explain like that they're the same and everything. So I'm not sure entirely, and you're probably supposed to not really know what her motives are, but like I'm wondering if she not necessarily that she's gonna like go de facto and from the Covenant and switch to the
SC. Yeah,
SC. But I think her and John definitely have like some weird bond, and I'm wondering if like she's gonna stay loyal to him, if that makes more sense.
I think it's gonna be one of those paradigms where basically like they're connected, and she tries to like convince him of the great journey.
Yeah,
Versus,
she's gonna try and get him to betray humanity and go along with the Covenant and turn on the Halo ring.
Yeah, because she has the paradigm of being captured by the Covenant and then being used by the Covenant, brainwashed. But even in the episodes when she was wanting to go destroy the demon, she was like looking at books from her past and Earth and stuff
No,
like
she
that.
thinks
So,
she thinks John's cool. She wants to hang out with John.
yeah,
But yeah, so
I'd
I
say
think
that
She wants
hang
to
out
do
with John.
more than hang out.
she's gonna try.
Probably.
She's gonna try and get John to like light the ring, and because they're gonna be the only two that are able to, because they got the gene that's going on there. That's like the whole point in the games. Like that's why you never see another Marine push a button, and they're always using some sort of technology to bypass a door, because Chief's the only one that can make the buttons work.
Really?
That's why Chief has to go turn on the light bridges. That's why Chief has to like. That's why your side missions are always doing extra shit. They're like interacting with the ring, because according to the lore, that's one thing they are bringing from the things is that only a certain percentage of the population can actually access Forerunner technology.
Reclaimer.
Yes. There's a great. Basically, the Covenant's entire religion is based on a typo, and it's kind of amazing.
You know what my favorite part about this episode was?
What?
That I didn't watch it.
No, I stopped because I had to think for a second. Was Han Kwa in this one? Whatever.
I feel like she might
For a
totally
brief
get it
second.
blocked out.
For a brief second.
She was not in it very much. I think is that why that was your favorite? Is because she was not in this basically at all.
Yes.
She was
For a
in it
brief
as
second.
she was in it as an hallucination flashback for the Chief, and yeah, that's it. That's
But-
the only thing she was in there.
But I mean, they didn't like because I was trying to remember, and I didn't remember them doing like the split storyline in this last episode.
They did, yeah.
which
no.
I super appreciated.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you'd fit the split storyline into this. Now
This
you've-
one was kind of important. The split storyline now is it's always apparently going to be half story about Chief and some random girl that we've met because of this show, and it just is going to face off between it's a separatist one or a Covenant one, both of which are women that don't really like the Chief,
yeah.
but are probably end up both going to want to fuck him because that's just how they do TV, and it's just
Yeah.
annoying.
You really don't need to
Sex
connect
sells.
Theoretically, but I don't think they need it. Is what I'm saying.
And then I want to
You know
know.
what else sells? Violence.
They didn't do it in the games, and yet fans still were like, "No, but Cortana."
Oh,
no, but Cortana,
Hey,
which
That's
is,
a
I was.
in
right?
fans,
Like,
in fans'
Cortana's
defense,
thick.
one, when they animated her, they knew what they were doing. They went for the Pixar mom school of animation technique there. We all know it. And second of all, I don't know. I always got the feeling that Cortana, if I had a real body, we'd be fucking. You know that, right, John? I always got the feeling, like, not on his end, because his whole thing is, I'm the perfect Marine, perfect Spartan, perfect soldier. Yay.
Yay.
And he trusts Cortana and likes her as much as he can as a guy that's just like, my only options are sleep and kill. The suit makes pellets for my food, so I don't need that. So it's sleep or kill. And they knocked out the sex drive because I never saw a woman that it wasn't a. See, I'm telling you, Pixar mom school of thought there. But I always
God,
thought
she looks
Cortana's
so
personality
fucking creepy there.
was one of those definitely that she's in her head going, if I could figure out how to make a real body. That's why I always thought like Halo 4 or 5 was they were gonna bring Cortana back, but she was gonna figure out how to like vision herself, like MCU vision. She's like, so I made this body, John. I can pretty much manipulate matter because I'm so smart. How do you feel?
But he's John, so he wouldn't have an opinion on that other than you can help me kill things now.
He's like
Infinite bullets.
He's like, oh wait, does that? Yeah, he'd be like, can you put infinite bullets in my gun? Ooh, can you hold a gun? Ooh, make a seat on my back, and you can dual wield behind me while we shoot 4 things at once. This is gonna be great.
Why is my crotch vibrating right now?
He's like, that's insane.
That's new.
That's
Okay.
new.
Okay, now I want to see Nick Cage play the Master Chief because that's all I got from what you just said there was it's new. Whoa. Or Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I was like, that was more.
Keanu Reeves could have been
It
Chief.
was definitely more Keanu Reeves.
The whoa there definitely got it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Cortana, you're making my crotch vibrate. Whoa.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Is it supposed to do that?
My mind is like swimming in a sea of indigo.
Yeah, but honestly, it's unnecessary. But they're definitely gonna figure out a way to shoehorn in that whole thing because now that John's got hormones again, he's gonna want to have the. Woo-hoo.
Maybe.
I'm thinking it's gonna happen.
I would just prefer they don't. It seems like a bit of a wasted thing.
Again, I
Right?
would.
Oh,
Like-
I know you're like of the same mind.
I also
like-
prefer they don't, but it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
It's TV.
Ooh, wait, no. They can do it right.
Annoying.
If they do it right, they turn the trope on its head. They just have both the girls that you think are going to fight over John. They fall in love and they're good to go, and then they fix everything. I'm just saying.
I want to know Halsey's agenda.
Halsey's agenda is the good outweighs the bad. She's done the calculation. Yeah, the awful things that I've done will work out in the long run.
I mean, again, I haven't seen the new episode, but that's what I got from it, and that's pretty much her game motivation.
Yeah, no, and it's
Yeah,
even,
I kidnapped and tortured a bunch of kids, but it's okay. They saved us.
Oh no, I won't spoil it because I do actually want you to watch this one, Peter. John does confront her, and it's fantastic.
Oh, it's.
It's actually a really neat characterization piece of Chief too, because it definitely shows like how good of a soldier he is. He like literally just starts rattling off history and tech specs of the ship they're in, kind of thing like that. And
Yeah.
I know it's like it's all just techno babble that they put in there for the writers' room, but I think it did a good job of like, no, John's the guy that kind of like before he even had Cortana, like and it did a good thing like even for the games, like no, even before he had Cortana, he knew most of this information. She just makes it faster for him to recall and is able to do 2 other things at once and then give him the information he needs to make those still decisions that he's got. But yeah, he just like starts listing off technical data and history, and he's like, while he's casually doing shit, and you're like, all right, that was pretty good, John. All right. And he doesn't pull any punches. He is still the master fucking chief. Yeah, Pablo's doing a good job. You can say bad things about the writing. I don't think you can say anything bad things about the acting on this show. Everybody that's doing it is definitely putting their all into this show. I feel like at least all the Spartans.
I mean, how much effort do you have to put in to act Spartan? By the very nature of them, like you don't show emotion. Oh, okay.
Well, that's actually harder to do. To actually convey thoughts and sentiment without an emotion behind it. That's actually harder.
Sure, but then just put your fucking helmet on and we'll be fine.
Don't show your fucking face.
We have a lot of the same issues, okay, Peter? It's fine. I don't want to disagree with you. That's my issue here.
I don't mind him not wearing a helmet.
Yeah, you just like looking at his butt. I was impressed that not only was he out of his armor in the second episode, he was buck-ass naked at the end of it. And you're like, the whole point is he never takes that shit off. They literally went 4 games before they unpopped a bolt, and you didn't even get to see that part. They literally, it was the end of Halo 4. They're like, yeah, let's take this off.
Was it this
kind of
last
thing like that.
Was it this last episode that was like, this show really likes butts?
Yeah, the show likes butts. This is like Game of Thrones with aliens. They're like, ooh, that's a butt. I'm just glad we're not doing the full Game of Thrones and we're not getting a lot of full frontal flaccid penis shots. I'm thankful for that at least.
No one wants to show their wiener.
Penis, floppy penis.
I'm just saying. There's a
Damn
reason.
it, Tom, that's gonna get stuck in my head now.
There's a reason they made that. There's a reason that song. They wrote it and it worked. I'm just saying. There's a reason. I'm fine. Put as many butts as you want. I don't need any full frontal. I don't even want tits. I don't need full frontal. Just
Butts.
perfect. Thank you. Oh Lord.
Oh my god.
Oh, I had a good segue for that. Go to the next thing if you're ready for it. Speaking of things that are cracked, just like Moon Knight's psyche, let's talk about Moon Knight. No, his butt's cracked.
I'll be honest. I think Stephanie could have done better.
Oh,
damn.
Burn.
I like the crack. Okay. Moon. It works on 2 levels.
I don't think inherently the pun was bad. I think it was just you were too excited to deliver it, so you stumbled a little.
Fuck you. Made me correct. Hey, I didn't even realize that works on 2 levels because when you moon someone, you show them your
So,
butt.
Peter, I need your comic expertise.
Go for it.
Did the person who wrote this have a mental illness or know someone that suffered from a mental illness?
I do not know.
Oh.
Are you talking about for the show or the comic? Because the comic, fuck no. The comic was written by a bunch of people who didn't understand mental.
Okay, because I feel like watching this, like nothing really ever gets answered for me, and I just
What do you mean?
like I wonder if this is just like they're trying if what they're trying to convey is this is what it's like to have a mental illness, then they are nailing it. If this show is supposed to be about anything else, I'm lost.
I'm sorry. What are you having trouble keeping up? It's actually pretty straightforward.
You cut out completely.
He's asked, what are you having trouble keeping up with? Because it's pretty straightforward.
Like, is it though?
Yeah.
What's the real life?
What?
I think she was just confused by this last episode where it kept popping between, 4 different reality-ish things.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to figure out, which one is the actual important continuity thing? Which one is the one that actually happened, canonically?
Yes.
No.
Was he in an insane asylum with the bad guy as his doctor? Is that what you're trying to figure out here?
Like, that's the dream, right?
That's fake, yeah. The real shit is him doing superhero shit in Egypt.
Are you sure?
The real shit is him
100%
hanging out with a giant talking hippo. That was the problem is that was what was actually happening.
See, now I didn't hear any of that, so that...
Sorry, I was laughing.
You're
I don't
good.
know what he said either.
No, it cut out.
Oh.
Yeah. So, no, yeah, what is that... All of the stuff that you were seeing those last few episodes was the hallucination and how he was just rationalizing himself after being died. Which, last episode, I was very adamant that no, this is not, that's not what, the hippopotamus is not the ferryman to the underworld. And after I watched the new episode, I was like, well, that doesn't, that's what they did. And then I looked it up again, and they still fucking did it wrong, because the ferryman to the underworld is still just Anubis.
Yeah. Apparently,
They just used a different god because they didn't want to use Anubis.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, whatever floats their sand boat, I guess.
The scales and everything, Anubis.
That is all Anubis, yes.
Yeah.
But I guess,
So it's just oh, y'all were just being, you were just being wrong. Okay.
but it's a whole pantheon of gods, so I guess these ones are just helping him out.
He's got more important shit to do.
He's weighing the big time guys. I don't know. I did like
That
that
was
Gates of Osiris
not
portion, though.
great. But No, it's just that they wanted to use a hippopotamus. They thought
They thought, what?
probably in reference to his like dumb hippopotamus.
Your mic hates you tonight, Peter.
God,
Yes,
apparently
yes.
hippopotamus is just like not the things to talk about.
Yeah, it does not like me talking about the hippopotamus. No, they just thought it would be funny. They thought it would be a funny joke to have it be that god instead of Anubis.
Yeah, well, they already have one scary, freaky-headed god, and they're gonna have another one when. What's it? Oh God, I just forgot the god that the bad guy's trying to release.
I can't think of it at the moment.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
I don't know. I can.
No, the one that the bad guy's trying to release, not the hippopotamus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I completely forgot that that's what was happening this entire last episode, and I'm like, what the fuck are we watching?
Well, that one we saw a couple of mental health breakthroughs. Is actually what we saw in this last episode.
Yeah,
Him coming to terms with why he has
split
dissociative
personality.
identity,
yeah.
and the identity also coming to terms with, oh shit, I'm the made up one.
Yeah,
But
I'm the fake one.
but they still didn't address the I didn't do that. Well, I didn't do that.
They're about to. That's what was in the other sarcophagus.
Yeah.
He's already in the field of reeds.
Reeds.
Yeah, but he's not gonna stay there.
He's gonna get out, and guess what? The other personality is gonna come with him too.
They're probably gonna find a way to save Steven too.
Oh, actually, he's probably gonna go break the other guy out, and then go save Steven, and then break out of the underworld and fuck people up.
Yeah.
Well, because they're gonna get a message to his girlfriend, and she's gonna go release. She's gonna get to break into the Great Pyramid. She's gonna have fun with that.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna go break the little statue to get him out. Or I'm assuming it's probably gonna be break the statue. I don't know.
That would be what makes sense.
Because
break his statue, and there you go, free Khonshu.
it probably has to be break his statue, or else Ethan Hawke would have already broken the statue when he snuck in there and was being an asshole instead of just like yelling at it. He would have broke it to kill him. Like if breaking it would kill him, he would have broke it already. So I'm assuming breaking it probably breaks him out. So he's like, that's the only reason I didn't even break this shit. Fuck you, asshole. But you're trapped in there.
Yeah.
Because I can't kill you, so you're trapped. I'm gonna go put glass in my shoes.
Yeah. But I mean,
Sorry.
I understand when they're doing hallucinations that it's difficult to kind of keep straight. Like, well, is this all bullshit? Was he just in a doctor's office this whole time, and he's actually just straight insane? So I'm being a little shitty about you not keeping up, but it's just because it's like, well, to me, I knew immediately they're not gonna throw away an MC series, something like that. That's very clearly gonna follow the.
Follow the what?
Follow the hippopotamus, obviously.
The superhero shit. Why it's cutting out something.
I don't know. It doesn't like it when you say hippopotamus.
I didn't even say hippopotamus.
It actually kind of looks like you did. That's the funny part.
Oh, fair enough.
Whatever combination of words you did say, it looked like you said hippopotamus. I'm like,
Hippopotamus.
this really does not like that word.
Yeah, it just doesn't. So, like, I get the confusion, especially because it's designed that way. They wanted you to think, hey, maybe this was what it actually was the whole time, and it's all just been a hallucination.
Well,
But
it worked.
they're very clearly going to follow the superhero plot line. Like,
I will say, again, forgetting the hippo lady's name. I was impressed though. I think it actually definitely has a weird implication, at least for the MCU, because it's the first time that they're doing it. I don't know if they've done it in the comics. I'm sure they probably have. There's been over 40,000 issues of Marvel Comics written. But she says, well, he goes, is this the afterlife? And she goes, well, it's an afterlife. And then she talks about the ancestral planes, which is where, that's Wakanda, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
That's where T'Challa meets his dad.
Oh.
That's the ancestral planes. So she's like, oh, I've been there. It looks super cool. So first of all, apparently the gods can traverse between afterlives. There are multiple afterlives. And guess what? There apparently are definitely afterlives. So what does that mean for all the people that got snapped for 5 years? Did they hang out in the afterlife for 5 years?
Probably.
I guess the problem was, did they die or did they cease to exist? or
Cease to exist.
They ceased to. I think they ceased to never have existed, didn't they, or something like that? Basically.
Well,
But
not
not
that.
never had existed, but just removed them from existence.
So maybe
if they
they
never
didn't-
existed, none of the Avengers would have been so inclined to bring them back.
That's true. But that would have been a better snap. Come on, Thanos. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what he was going to do when Endgame, when he was like, okay, now I'm just going to erase all of you and the memory of all of you.
Yeah, he learned that time. Should have done it the first time. His younger self
So,
learned from his younger self.
I mean, kind of with the comics. Like I said, I'm not as big as Moon Knight fan as I am others, but I mean, Valhalla was a place that actually existed in the comics.
They
Warriors
went
died
in the
battle.
Thor ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's easy to forget because the MCU is like, no, they're just really strong aliens, but in the comics, they're the actual Norse gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have the entire pantheon of gods in that. They also have it in the DC universe too, but. And
I
they're
mean, yeah,
actually
they've got
gods,
Greek and Norse and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's funny though. The Greek gods are like blatantly evil in the Marvel comics.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Star-Lord kills them.
But
it's great.
It is interesting to think that there is definitely an afterlife in the MCU, and apparently you can go to any of them, and the Egyptian one doesn't get a lot of call for it anymore. I did like, we haven't had one in a while. Oh, two at the same time, y'all brothers.
Twins?
But yeah, so I was interested, and he's like, oh, this is not supposed to happen. There are souls raining from the heavens. That's not good.
Fantastic. Well then.
But
Good episode though, since we hadn't said that bit yet. It was a
true.
good episode.
Just like
Sure.
Halo, I think it's turning a corner too. That it's about to really get into this is the end game shit.
Well, it kind of has to. It only has like, God, was it episode? It's got like one episode left, right?
I think so.
One or two.
I don't know. I need to check because I don't know how many are out.
I think there's 5 out.
5?
I think it's gonna be 7 episodes. So I think there's 2 episodes left. Which sort of makes sense. One episode to get out.
I would hope so because they kind of have a bit more to go through.
Yeah.
I don't think they can end that in one episode.
One episode to get out Khonshu and make their plan to fight the big bad, and then one episode to fight the big bad.
Well, one of
I would say
the
there has to be 2 left.
articles I saw said, I guess, reviewers got to see it early, and they said that the ending felt rushed. So we might only have 1 episode left.
I don't, because I want to say I heard it was only going to be 6 episodes.
Well, they did say apparently it has been renewed for a season 2, and so
they did announce it was renewed for a second season.
But Hawkeye wasn't.
Yeah, so
fuck off, Disney.
So yeah, apparently, like, I some of the things I've seen is that the reviews are coming back that it felt rushed because they changed it from a series finale into a season finale, and they did reshoots in order to accommodate that.
Oh God, that's that. Okay.
Instead of finishing it, they left it open, I guess, and I think some people aren't liking that. But I definitely saw today somewhere that it was supposed to be released for season or picked up for season 2.
Yeah, for Hawkeye, the most recent article I see is from April 14th, and it says Hawkeye season 2 in doubt following Marvel Awards update.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit. I can have hope.
I hope there's a season 2. I actually really enjoyed it.
I mean, I did.
It doesn't necessarily need
I talk to people all this time. No, it doesn't. But, I mean,
they could just
it's
start
Hawkeye.
throwing. They could just start throwing her into the movies.
Oh, so the reason why they think that there might not be a season 2 is because Disney put Hawkeye up for limited series in the limited series category.
Yeah, but when that news initially broke, they did the same thing for Moon Knight, which has apparently been renewed. So
Yeah,
it's
which,
like
at least
it
that's
doesn't
what I
really
thought I
mean
did.
much. Yeah.
Um,
So I looked that up, and it looks like it might have just been a mistake.
Yeah.
Like it might have just because the confirmation of a season 2 is like, oh, it's a season finale instead of saying series finale on Twitter. It's like that could have just been a mistake. So that it's not officially confirmed or anything. Where it's still technically up in the
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to see.
Just have to hope. I don't give a fuck about Moon Knight season 2. I just want more Hawkeye.
We know.
So much
I
better.
really like
We
Moon
know.
Knight. It's really fucking good.
I've enjoyed it, and Oscar Isaac is fantastic.
I mean, it's a pretty basic, simple plot, easy to follow. I mean, a child could keep up with it.
You know what, Peter? I'm done with you. So speaking of child things, we got a couple trailer drops this week. One being a longer trailer for the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. which looked.
I'm very unsettled by adult Peter Pan.
That was immediately what I said. I'm like, why is Peter Pan some angry Godfather type mafioso dude now? What the fuck? What? No wonder he's so angry. He grew up and he wasn't supposed to.
Right?
So what happens? You spend like 500 years as some prepubescent man-child kidnapping children and then murdering pirates.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes murdering children. When the
Yeah,
Lost
those-
Boys got too old, he would cold them in the books, literally
Yeah.
murder them.
The Peter Pan stuff is a lot more horrifying than like most of their stories are, but Peter Pan in particular.
Yeah, the source material on that one's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, not fucked up.
I mean, that we know of.
Well, a little fucked up. Still a little disappointed that they didn't actually just use the origin story that they recreated in the DuckTales reboot.
Well, yeah, because I don't think Disney wants to give people hope that there's going to be references to that DuckTales reboot.
Oh no, there won't be.
I think they're just like,
Never
no, we
again.
want to be done with it. Like, it's over.
Which is
Stop
really
being
sad, honestly.
fans.
But Chip and Dale.
There was also a trailer for Disney Dreamlight Valley, which basically looks like Disney Animal Crossing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like Kingdom Hearts and Animal Crossing had a baby.
It's not like that at all.
That's what it looks like to me.
It's
They're
more like
They're all mashed together.
this is what Disney Infinity should have been.
Disney Infinity is fucking Animal Crossing and Kingdom Hearts having a baby. A really ugly baby.
This-
If you say so.
the Disney Dreamlight Valley is a little disturbing. The animated character that's I guess supposed to be you looks too real, and all the other ones are definitely like cartoons, and you're like, okay, and that doesn't really mesh very well here. What's going on?
There's also a new Star Trek series, Strange New Worlds, coming out that looked interesting.
This one seems intriguing because it seems like it's set during original series times, like right after that, probably like where they're really still exploring the galaxy for the first time.
Well, I could be wrong, but isn't he the main guy supposed to be Captain Pike?
Okay,
Is
so I
he?
guess it would be technically be before then the original series.
Yeah, it would take place beforehand.
Yeah, if it's Captain Pike.
That's Captain Pike.
If that's the case, I'm actually even more interested now. It's basically a prequel series to the original series.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I'd watch that.
So the only other thing I've seen the guy playing Captain Pike in, his name's Anson Mount, is it's a Western show called Hell on Wheels. And I love that show.
Oh, I've
It's
heard
really
that show's
good.
really good. I've never
But
watched
that
one.
dude is the hairiest motherfucker in the world in that show. So seeing him with like really clean hair and like no beard is really jarring. I frankly didn't think he actually had a chin.
No, you know it's jarring. Daniel
What?
Radcliffe playing Weird Al in Weird, the
No.
Al Yankovic story.
Perfect casting.
Honestly, it's pretty fantastic. It's pretty fantastic.
I mean, don't get me
Though-
wrong. I'm 100 completely going to watch this movie because it looks fucking hilarious.
Though
but
I am thinking they could have cast Elijah Wood and we wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
That's fair. Yeah.
Still, my dream movie is to have a movie where Elijah Wood plays the villain, but he's actually playing Daniel Radcliffe, who is the real life villain in this movie, and his assistant is Elijah Wood, who's played by Daniel Radcliffe.
I've seen
Just to make it as
I've
confusing
seen
as
that
possible.
meme somewhere.
I'm just saying it. Somebody wrote that out, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever heard. I'm like, I would watch the hell out of that. Watch the hell.
Tom,
I would, and I'd be
are you ready to
confused.
do my echo?
No.
He can't echo.
Is he?
I don't think you can do that.
He got it. Ready. All right, and that brings us to the speed round.
All right then.
Uh,
Did y'all work that out prior? Like, this is what we're
No,
gonna do.
No.
no. This is legit,
So this
like,
was
first
just
time.
Stephanie vastly overestimating your ability
Yes.
with technology, and then you just going with it.
Yep.
Oh no, I think that's what she was expecting him to do. That's the real problem. I think she was just wanting him to go run.
He knows what he's doing. in honor of Star Wars month, this is the Star Wars edition
Of the speed run?
of the speedrun.
Oh.
May the 4th be with you.
And also with you. What am I supposed to say? You know?
I was waiting for that.
There's
Thank
not
you,
actually a
guys.
response.
There's
I
not
know.
really like a response.
that's
I think
the
they just
joke.
say "May the Fourth be with you" back.
Yeah, no. It
But
feels Catholic. It's like, no, I guess now they have to change it. And with your spirit.
Oh my god.
May the
Anyway,
4th be with you.
so
and with your spirit.
what I tried to do was find little factoids that between the three of you, you may be able to know. You might know all of these, but I tried to pick ones that I didn't think were super well known.
Right. So you're going very obscure Star Wars facts.
I mean, not super obscure. I didn't scour the internet. I saw an article and picked and chose the ones that I thought were interesting.
Okay. Well, I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga has a historic launch, beating out all other Lego games.
Yeah, I read that article.
That makes sense. It's a fantastic game, but it's the culmination of all of the other ones. So yeah, everybody who bought any of the other ones is going to buy this one.
Absolutely.
I mean,
As
but
they
not
rightly
just
should.
Star Wars. Like out of all the Lego games.
That makes sense. Yeah, all the
Yeah,
Lego Star Wars games
was
were the
their
best
big
ones.
series.
Whatever, guys.
They were the best ones, and this one's the best of those.
As of 2020, the Star Wars franchise has grossed a worldwide box office revenue of over $10 billion.
I mean, I figured it had to be a lot.
Honestly, is that bad that it still feels low?
Billion.
It's Star Wars.
Oh no, that's just worldwide box office. That includes no merchandising, no
exactly.
no videos. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, 10 billion just in theaters. Okay, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
about right.
yeah. Okay, I can go. Okay.
No, you can't go.
The first Star Wars film, Episode 4, took 4 years for production to complete.
Sounds about right.
I think they didn't film it for that long, but yeah, between all the stunts or not stunts, the visual effects took so long to do.
Right.
Hell, it took Ray Harryhausen it took him I think it took 3 years to animate the Rancor scene.
Yeah.
Stop
But this is all about A New Hope, to be fair.
Oh, I guess that. Well, yeah, but before that, so I guess
It was still a lot of practical
Okay.
effects that would take time.
okay. The dewbacks in the opening shots on Tatooine. Okay,
That's in the special edition.
there is one in there that
Oh,
is
yeah,
a stop
you're right,
motion
you're right.
puppet.
Tom,
My
did
bad.
you have a reaction? I know they're just talking over you.
Just let them do it. It's Star Wars. I mean, come on. Are we surprised about these Star Wars facts?
I haven't been so far.
We're just starting. Calm down. Okay.
These are the easy ones, apparently.
Okay, this one got me because I can count 6. But as of 2018, 7 known color variations of the lightsabers exist in the Star Wars franchise.
If it's talking moving franchise, that's correct.
Yeah, wouldn't it be more?
Well,
Technically from the extended universe?
That's what I'm saying. In the movie franchise,
no, it's in complete Star Wars franchise. There are 7 known color variations, and I can count 6.
there's 12 in the game.
Yeah, there's more than that in games. In KOTOR, there's a lot.
Yeah,
Then maybe it's just talking main.
But there are also colors that are variations on like you can get blue, but you can also get cyan.
Oh, yeah.
It's close enough.
If you're going to the movies,
a lot.
it's obviously green, blue, red, purple. There's your 4 main ones.
Well, and yellow for that one bit.
Sorry, there's 5 technically: green, blue,
okay,
red,
then
yellow.
that was the 7th that I missed.
And then there's white for Ahsoka if you're doing the Clone Wars, if they're counting that.
And I was thinking the dark
Darksaber's
saber.
black.
And the dark saber's black.
And there's
That's
also
7.
orange.
Well, this says as of 2018.
Well, orange is
Well, no.
orange is when you break away to go to extended universe stuff.
Yeah,
Like that. That's a color you can get.
like the orange, the silver, the gray, the magentas. Those are all weird
Yeah.
lore, original.
They're not quite canon.
You could probably figure it out. It's you just had a slightly different colored crystal. You're not
Yeah.
quite fucked up like Mace Windu, where we had to completely create a entirely strange cave on some random planet.
The voice of the character Chewbacca combines various animal noises.
One of which is George Lucas's dog, Indiana. Because they really did name the dog Indiana.
I 100% believe that.
That's where Indiana Jones also gets his name. Is from George Lucas's dog. It's a
Yeah.
golden retriever.
What you looking at, Tom?
It's
Because that was
Oh,
where he got his
the
name
colors of
in universe.
lightsabers.
Was his pet dog.
yeah.
There's
It's,
11.
but it really is George Lucas's red dog or pet dog.
That's what we were saying, Tom. Is like it felt low to be here like 7. It's like that doesn't.
Yeah.
I could see 7 like in the actual media, like
Yeah.
in like in the games or not games in the movies and shows. 7 sounds about right.
Yeah. More than 10.
The character's name C-3PO is short for Cyborg 3 Protocol.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I didn't think it was short for nothing. I thought 3PO was short for C-3PO. I was pretty sure it was just C-3PO. What does R2-D2 stand for then?
So that's a like weird thing in my head that I had learned at some point, promptly forgot about it, and then as soon as Stephanie said it, I was like, yeah, I remember that.
See, it is a thing.
Like I said, I did not know that was a thing. I'm like, because she said something about like, is C-3PO short for something? I'm like, C-3PO? She goes, yeah, is C-3PO short for something? And I go,
C-3PO.
I'm like, I don't, what the fuck would it be short for?
And I went, never mind. The language of Ewok combines Tibetan and Nepalese.
Nepalese.
I mean, I didn't know specifically where they came from, but I had to imagine it wasn't just random noise they told me to make.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much all of the languages in Star Wars do have an origin in the real
Exactly.
world. There's some that are just straight up rip-offs that are actually just the regular language
Yeah.
without anything changed.
The famous boy band NSYNC has also made brief appearances in Attack of the Clones.
That does not surprise me.
Wait, what? Like the animated series?
No, like the movie Attack
Yeah.
of the Clones.
I'm pretty sure it was during the fight on Geonosis.
Yes, it was during they were cast as extras in the background, but George cut it because he was like, no, none of
Yeah.
this nonsense.
So could you see their faces, or were they dressed up as stormtroopers? Because that would be even better.
I didn't. I there's a I didn't the blurb I did.
Because I would love to see more cameos. They're like, oh yeah, these 80 celebrities were in Star Wars. Well, where are they? They're under that helmet, and under that helmet, and under that helmet. I mean, Daniel Craig did that, and that's fucking amazing.
The Splinter of the Mind's Eye novel was supposed to be a potential sequel to Star Wars.
I don't know what that is. What is
Yeah,
the
I don't-
Splinter of the Mind's Eye?
It's a novel.
Who wrote it?
Thank you.
When did they write it?
I didn't write that part down.
Well, that didn't help
Alan.
me. Splinter
Alan
of the
Dean
Mind's Eye.
Foster.
Who?
Alan Dean Foster.
That sounds familiar.
Well, moving
Wait,
on.
I'm sorry, you said it was originally supposed to be
It
like a
was
sequel?
it was supposed to be a potential sequel.
like a movie?
Sure.
I mean, you're not, because it's just actually a Star Wars book. I thought you were saying like, oh, it was supposed to be a Star Wars book, and then it was made not Star Wars.
It is a Star Wars book, but it was supposed to be a sequel
Yeah.
to the movie, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't. Again, I just got the top part. It's-
Oh,
Yeah, that's
apparently
right.
he is the one that he writes all the novelizations of all the Star Wars movies too,
Cool.
Oh, so he's the one that fixes their fuck ups.
and also Alien, all the Alien movies as well.
George Lucas was
Shit.
once sued by Universal Studios due to the design of R2-D2.
Would they say it looked too much like?
A trash can.
He had said that like he was inspired by something that I don't remember, and Universal was like, "No, that's our thing." I didn't write that part down. Anyway.
Okay.
David Prowse was banned from every and all events that are associated with like Lucasfilm.
Yep, that's the guy who was originally in the Vader suit. For those that don't remember in our audience, I'm pretty sure everybody on this Zoom call knows that, but. Yeah, he apparently turned out to be a real kind of a prick, apparently.
Cool.
Surprising no one.
R2-D2's beeps come from the sounds of a baby.
That I did not know.
Well, there's like digitified babies, goos, gaws, and giggles.
Sure. Sounds right. Wedge Antilles is the sole X-Wing pilot that survived the 3 major battles of the first trilogy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Cut out. What was that?
Wedge Antilles is the sole X-Wing pilot that survived the 3 major battles of the first trilogy.
Wait, how many other named X-Wing pilots were there in
Porkins.
Porkins died in Return of the Jedi.
Well,
Because Porkins dies in A New Hope.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The only one that lives is Wedge.
Yeah. Well, that were actively involved in all 3 battles.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Luke technically lived, but he didn't fly an X-wing in the last battle. He was on the spaceship getting shot at. Actually,
Yeah.
Hot.
I was trying to like, is there any other named pilots in the Jedi?
In Return of the Jedi, no, because you got Wedge. You got Wedge and the Millennium Falcon are the only 2 that actually make the trench run on that one.
Yeah.
But okay, so I did just unlock Porkins as a playable character in Lego Star Wars. And I got real excited, and I'm like, he's not fat. God damn it! I was really hoping they'd figure out how to make the Lego character body fat, and I was kind of excited.
Don't they know how to? Wasn't the Dennis Nedry Lego like fat?
I don't know.
Originally, the famous lightsaber was not meant to make any noises at all.
They were not going to have any noises for the lightsaber? Well, the noise they came up with was recorded, I know, originally accidentally. Semi-accidentally.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Oh, we get to that in a moment.
Despite the character's race being known as Ewoks, the term is never uttered during the trilogy.
No, we got that from the Kenner action figures.
Yep.
That one I knew. Like, there's a lot of them that are never. There's a lot of characters that are never named anywhere in the movies or even in George Lucas's script. But then they're like, "Well, we need more toys. Here's the guy. Let's give him a name. Perfect."
The Ewoks were also originally supposed to be Wookiees.
Yeah, that's what originally they were going to have Wookiees in there, and they were going to actually be one of the main people fighting against them. But then, because Chewie was originally supposed to be like a 7-foot tall, like bat lizard creature looking thing, and George Lucas liked him a lot better with hair.
So you all know
It's designed for Zeb.
Yeah, basically, they reused it for Gareth Zeb Aurelius.
So as we all know, Ewan McGregor made the lightsaber sounds while filming, and they had to edit his voice out.
That's true.
Fun fact, Laura Dern, who played Admiral Holdo, if you do not remember, was also reported to make gun noises while filming the movie franchises.
I was like a week ago years old when I found out that Laura Dern was Admiral Holdo because I hated the character so much I couldn't even think about who played it. And I'm like, that's the bitch from it's the lady from Jurassic Park. What the fuck is going on here?
Ellie Stadler.
I just finally saw that. I'm like, but how is she so good in Jurassic Park and so bad in this? Oh, the writers.
Bad
The
writing.
writers.
The writers.
The directing and the writers. That's what it was.
I mean, that movie is fucking garbage, but at least they were having fun.
So much fun. In the world of Star Wars, the upbeat swing music genre in the film is called jizz.
I knew that one.
Same. I was just waiting for it to come up.
I knew where that was. As soon as you said the upbeat swing, I'm like, oh no, I know where that's going. Yeah, it's called jizz.
That is just a bit of trivia I like to randomly tell people, like just throughout my life.
I love that.
I'll be working
jizz.
and just tell someone who walks by that fact.
You know the song in the Cantina band from Star Wars. Yeah, I love that song. Yeah. You know that one? Yeah. It's called. The genre is jizz.
Yep.
Jizz.
And then I'll resume to whatever I was doing beforehand. That's the end of the conversation.
And they turn back to you and go, what? How do I deal with this new information?
The TIE Fighter sound effect is partly made from the sounds of an elephant.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
The Foley operators in the Star Wars saga are very good. Yo,
Tom, you're so quiet.
hey Tom, what does TIE stand for in TIE Fighter? It's an acronym. What does it stand for? Quick, come on, Tom, you know this.
Isn't it from Thailand?
Just because the toys were made in Thailand doesn't mean that's why it's called a TIE fighter. Come on.
What does it stand for?
Twin ion engine.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's why they're so fast. It's because they use basically a laser.
Dennis Lawson, who played Wedge and Tilly's, is blood related to Ewan McGregor, but their characters are not.
Yeah, isn't he Ewan McGregor's uncle?
Sure.
Great uncle or something?
Didn't look that part up. Just know they're related.
I know they're
They're
related.
just related.
Yep.
Uncle
Remember, we're
makes
just
sense.
getting the clickbait titles.
Yep.
Well,
There was a whole explanation under most of these. I just didn't.
The character's not though. I knew that one. Still not as bad as Ewan McGregor's actual brother. His call sign, he's an RA Royal Air Force pilot.
Oh yeah,
His call sign's OB2.
it's true. Fantastic. In the original storyline of the first trilogy, Luke Skywalker becomes the next Vader.
Yeah, he's called Luke Starkiller too.
Why do you gotta sound so disappointed? Like I didn't work hard on this.
Well, no, because I think he's more disappointed that that's not what.
Oh.
I was hoping that was the fact.
Yeah.
Fine,
I was
whatever.
hoping the rest of the fact would have continued with the next Vader, and his name was Luke Starkiller too.
Well, I'm moving on. I'm done with you.
That's why they call it Starkiller Base.
Harrison Ford once broke his ankle on the set of the film due to The Force Awakens due to one of the hydraulic doors slamming onto his leg. Additionally, during this time, J.J. Abrams attempted to rescue Harrison Ford from the incident by lifting the door off the actor's foot and broke his back in the process of doing so. J.J.
Maybe
Abrams,
that's why he came back for 9.
J.J. Abrams kept this a secret from the crew and resumed filming his scenes while secretly wearing a back brace underneath his clothes.
Well, props to J.J. Abrams. I thought that they claimed that Harrison Ford did that in like crashing his helicopter, breaking his leg. I thought originally the story was that it didn't happen on set and that he was flying his own personal aircraft and did that.
Girl, I'm just telling
Maybe
you
he
what I
just
wrote.
preferred that story.
It sounds much cooler than a door fell on me.
But I mean, it would give us a rational explanation for him coming back for 9. Well, this dude literally broke his back for me. I guess I'll film a short scene.
Makes sense.
He did save my leg.
Now,
I can
to
save
what
his
you were,
movie.
What you were
Right.
alluding to earlier. The famous whoosh sound of a lightsaber is taken from sampling a movie projector and mixing it with the feedback from an old television. Sound producers working on the film would hold a stripped cable close to the old television set to attain the feedback noises produced by the electromagnetic disturbance.
Yeah, they also took the cover off the microphone so that it would get better sound on it too. And the really fun part though is the laser sounds, like actually when they get the pew pews, that is actually almost without change from high tension power lines and hitting them with a steel hammer.
Oh,
Like they literally went out into the woods.
Patches will be an asshole.
One of the one of the huge poles with like the cross country electricity lines. One of the just anchor poles to that. The guy just hits it with a hammer. He goes, "What does that sound like to you?" To us, it sounded like a laser fire. So that's what we used.
In Return of the Jedi, Ula has a wardrobe malfunction that was never edited out.
And who's Ula?
I'm getting there.
Ah.
Ula is one of the background dancers at Jabba's palace, and she was having problems with her costumes. So if you have the original VHS tapes, during one of the dance sequences, her breast kind of like boop pops out, and it's still, you can still, if you're watching on the original VHS, you can still catch it, but that was scrubbed for DVD and newer releases.
It told me it had it's the theatrical release on my DVDs, and that's not fair.
Well,
That's
they
bullshit.
scrubbed it from the theatrically release too. And for whatever reason, goofed and kept it in on the VHS. So if you have the original VHS tapes, you
Damn,
can
I
watch
used to have the original VHS tapes too. Oh well. No space titties for me.
No space titties for you. Steven Spielberg was originally banned from working with George Lucas.
When and where and
We have
why?
some context for why.
Their original like career was like solely based on the two of them working together.
I didn't.
You didn't get more information on that one? You didn't think we'd be interested in that one? Two of the closest working guys in Hollywood?
In the film The Force Awakens, the flags that hang outside of the castle of Maz Kanata display the symbol of Zero the Hutt's black sun tattoo. Additionally, many other iconic symbols in the Star Wars franchise are also displayed on the castle walls, including the lesser-known 501 Legion flags.
Okay, first of all, how is the 501st Legion a lesser-known thing from Star Wars?
No, they're flags. The lesser-known flags of the 501 Legion.
Oh, okay. I'm like, how is the 501st flag not well known? Fuck you. That's Vader's hand. Everybody knows that.
Yes. They're referring to because there's multiple ones, and they're referring to the lesser-known.
Okay. I didn't see Zero the Hutt's Black. Wait, he does the Black Sun Syndicate? Zero the Hutt wasn't the leader of the Black Sun Syndicate. Darth Maul was.
No, he was in charge of the Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn, you're right. Sorry, that's the other way. Wow, I'm proud of you. Look at that.
Did you guys see that? We got it on tape. It happened. I knew something.
Dropping some knowledge about Star Wars.
Bitch.
Yeah, but who's his number 2?
Darth Maul's number 2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Crimson Dawn.
I don't know.
Kira. She was in the Solo movie. I thought you loved that movie.
I mean,
Kira
she?
with a Q.
They never really confirm that, do they?
Yeah, she is.
Whatever.
Comics confirm it. Books do too. Actually, she hangs out with the Knights of Ren in one comic, and apparently tries to take over the Empire with the Knights of Ren. It's apparently the reason the Knights of Ren don't talk in the Rise of Skywalker, is because apparently in the comic books all they do is curse.
Oh.
Like they even censor them in the comic books. They curse so much apparently. So.
How you doing, Thomas?
I kind of love that.
I'm good. I was researching Ula's boobs.
I was kind of quiet there on the latter half because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Universal suing George Lucas, and I did finally find it.
Oh, what is that?
After a while, they sued them because R2-D2 looked too similar to a series of droids in a film called Silent Running, Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Oh yeah, I actually knew that.
It took a while to find because if you look up Universal sued George Lucas, it gives you a bunch of articles about that time that George Lucas sued Universal for Battlestar Galactica shit.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, this is gonna bring us to extra bits.
There you go.
Thomas, you're up first.
I'm up. Why am I up? I'm never up first.
So I rotate. You're first.
I feel like
Oh my God.
actually rotate.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I do.
I mean, to be fair,
Well,
last time I was first, but that was after me complaining for several episodes. That
You guys are the worst. Thomas, what's your bit?
Okay, jeez, God. So one is a bit about lockpicking in Skyrim and the perspective of an NPC. The other one is a man being accused that smoking makes your penis small. And then the other one is The Sound of Music. A little fucked up.
You added another one
Yeah, for fun.
for funsies.
Another one.
Another one.
Wait,
Yeah, the
Oh, a
song is-
spoonful of sugar.
what the fuck is this?
Well, this ought to be.
Is it Mary Poppins or The Sound of Music?
Yeah, I think it's Mary Poppins, but I don't care which one it is. It's all fun.
Whoever it is, it's
You're like whatever one it is. That's
Julie
the
Andrews.
one that I meant.
It doesn't matter.
Don't
It's
worry.
got Julie Andrews in it.
Yeah, whichever one, it's funny.
I'm on board. I'm gonna have to watch that one later. I hadn't seen that one.
Peter's up
Zachary.
next.
Oh, it's my turn.
I would have been fine going next.
Well, you're not next.
Well,
Zachary is next.
you're last, Peter. You're closing this bitch out. Now he's invisible. All right. Well, while Peter's on a trip to a mushroom planet, maybe I don't know. What is that?
Yeah,
We all saw Sonic 2.
Oh my god, I was just trying to say that. Get out of my head.
So the thing
I'm
I
just
found.
trying to make a good cup of mushroom coffee.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Shut your whore mouth.
So my thing was going back to the Halo series or Halo the series. It's just a little behind the scenes thing. It's a video going over a little bit of what the trainings, like the Spartan boot camp, the actors that actually are playing the Spartans, what they went through and everything like that. It's them actually running around in the practical suits and doing shit and training for it to be able to do it. It's pretty impressive, actually. They did a lot of training, and I respect them for that, at least.
They actually did like a mini military boot camp, and there's been a military advisor on the set to help them be authentic.
To help them fuck it up completely.
Rude. It's fine.
I should have taught them to leave the fucking helmets on.
You know what, Peter? I've got a really cute video of this. So there's these two kids, and they're playing with.
Oh god, I saw this.
It's either a ball or like a beanbag. I can't really tell, but it's a pond.
Nerf football.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So it accidentally goes in the little pond, and the little girl runs inside, I guess, to go get her parents, and the little boy starts kind of leaning over the fountain to try and grab it, and they have I think it was a German Shepherd.
Looked like a German Shepherd.
It's either a German Shepherd or a Husky. I'm not totally sure, but the dog sees what's happening, runs over, pulls the little boy back, like all the way back against the house, grabs like one of the like scoops, like
pool skimmer,
and scoops this damn ball out of this pond.
Smart fucking dog is what she's saying.
Too fucking smart.
A little sketchy.
And then in your weekly dose of Disney adjacent, so it's theme park related. So this is an article that I found on Inside the Magic, which is usually mostly Disney news, but it's entitled "Woman Stumbles into Sketchy Crime Abandoned Theme Park." The article isn't as interesting as at the bottom there's a video. The guy, when he's talking, is really annoying and stupid, but it's actually kind of interesting. There used to be this theme park called Fun Mountain in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and it closed down in 2001 due to like financial strain and whatever. But it's just a really cool look into like an abandoned carnival type theme park, and it's a little creepy, a little fun. We need to take an 8-Bit Cats field trip to like a haunted abandoned thing. I think that'd be fun.
She says like it'll be fun, but then we go do it and she'll be the first one that
I don't know what you said because you cut out, but I'm going to assume it was mean, and just tell us about your bit.
So, I would never buy this. I'm just going to preface that out the gate. But if you have a lot of money and you really want a 25-inch statue of a stormtrooper from the original movie, you could usually get that for $1,200 on Pure Art.
Oh.
But they put it on sale for May the 4th, and now you can get it for slightly less than that, which is just not a good deal.
Is it
but
still
you
like
should look at it
$900?
No, it's $1,100.
Oh, a whole
Not much of a
$100
discount at
off.
all.
Hey, that is a full
Fancy.
$100 off.
Yeah.
In their defense, it is done very well.
It's a very nice
now.
statue.
And it's 1/3 scale, which is insane.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to spend that much on it, I'm pretty sure I could just buy a full set of Stormtrooper armor and a mannequin and set up a full a 1-to-1 scale
Hey,
Stormtrooper in my
but he's
fucking
looking
house.
at it right now. There's a payment plan available.
Ooh, yeah, just like 8 easy payments of $164.85.
Yeah.
This too could be yours.
I like Pure Art statues in theory because they look really good. But the
Money.
cost of them is ridiculous. And yeah, this is a sale for, a Star Wars sale. That is not enough of a discount to be like, yes, I will buy this thing.
I will say, Peter,
Ooh, look, you can sign up and get an extra $15 off your first order.
this product is only available in Canada, Mexico, UK, Europe, Middle East, China, Africa, and Japan. Not available in America.
Yeah, you know what? that's fine because I saw that, but they still emailed me about it. So I'm like, fuck it, that's gonna be my extra bit for the week.
Well, I'm just saying they have a very bad email list because apparently it's not even available in America. So now they're just assholes.
Not available in the United States.
Okay,
It
the
could just
United
be that
States
they've
of
already
America.
received all of them, and I
My
was just
issue.
very slow to check my email.
That's
What?
why you just. That's why you buy it in Mexico and then just have it shipped.
Ooh, but the first 100 orders will get an exclusive concept print.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.